the awakening of the inner flame. Imagine for a moment that everything you've been through, every heartbreak, every sleepless night, every moment of doubt has been preparing you for this moment. Not just this video, not just this day, but this lifetime. You're not here by accident. You felt it, haven't you? That pull. That inexplicable sense that there's something different about you. Something extraordinary. And what if I told you that the struggles, the chaos, the pain, they weren't just random? They were signs that you are among the most powerful chosen ones. But let's slow down. Let's start with the first question you must ask yourself. Do you feel like you don't belong in this world? Not in a sad or longing way, but in a way that whispers, you were made for something beyond this. The truth is, chosen ones often feel like strangers in an ordinary world. You might look at the way society functions, the mundane routines, the shallow conversations, the endless cycle of material desires, and feel an overwhelming sense of disconnection. But that feeling isn't a curse. It's a call.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lessons.
What separates us as chosen ones is that we don't just see the world for what it is, we see the world for what it could be. And that's where the first sign of being among the most powerful chosen ones comes into play. Your inner flame is unrelenting. No matter how many times life has tried to extinguish it, the fire inside you keeps burning. Whether it's your dreams, your passions, or your sheer will to keep going, there's something about you that refuses to give up. Even when the odds are stacked against you, even when you're knocked down for the 100th time, you rise. But here's the deeper truth. This fire isn't just about resilience, it's about purpose. You see, the universe doesn't choose its strongest warriors for the easiest battles. Think about it. Why would you be tested so much if you weren't meant to rise above it all? Why would you be given the strength to endure if there wasn't a greater reason for your existence? Every failure, every challenge, every heartbreak has been a lesson. Not to break you, but to forge you. Let's make this practical. Take a moment to reflect on the hardest thing you've ever gone through. Maybe it was a betrayal, a loss, or a personal failure that left you questioning everything. Now, ask yourself, did it destroy me or did it prepare me? Because the truth is, chosen ones don't crumble under pressure. We transform. Every scar becomes a story. Every setback becomes a stepping stone. But here's the secret most people won't tell you: that fire you carry, that relentless drive to keep going, even when you're exhausted, is not something you created on your own. It's a gift. A divine spark placed within you the moment you were born. You didn't earn it, and you can't lose it. It's simply who you are. And that brings me to a question that might catch you off guard. What are you doing with that fire? Because being a chosen one isn't just about surviving. It's about thriving. It's about using your gifts to create something bigger than yourself. So are you chasing your highest potential, or are you playing small to fit into a world that was never meant to contain you? You see, the chosen ones, the ones who truly step into their power, are the ones who refuse to settle. They recognize that their fire isn't just for lighting their own path, it's for illuminating the world around them. And that's where the second sign comes in. You carry a deep, almost unexplainable connection to others. Have you ever walked into a room and felt the energy shift? Or had someone tell you that just being around you makes them feel better? This isn't about ego or charisma, it's about your energy. Chosen ones have an aura, a magnetic presence that draws people in without even trying. And it's not because we're special in some superficial way. It's because we've been through the fire. We've been broken open, and in that breaking, we've become vessels for something greater. But let me ask you this: how often do you protect your energy? Because here's the paradox: you're magnetic because you're open, but that openness can leave you vulnerable. People will be drawn to you because they sense your strength, your empathy, your light. But not everyone who comes into your life is meant to stay. Some are there to drain you, to test you, to see if you've learned the lesson of boundaries. So the question isn't just, who am I helping? It's also, who am I allowing to help me? Because even the strongest among us need support. Even the brightest flames need protection from the winds of doubt, negativity, and distraction. And this brings us to the third, perhaps most profound, sign you have an unshakable sense of purpose, even if you don't fully understand it yet. Let me explain. You've probably felt it, a gnawing sense that you're here to do something big, something important. But the frustrating part is, you might not know exactly what that is. Maybe you've tried different careers, different paths, different relationships, only to feel like none of them fit. But what if that restlessness wasn't a sign of failure? What if it was a sign that your purpose is bigger than you can currently comprehend? Here's a truth that took me years to understand. Purpose isn't about knowing, it's about trusting. Trusting that every step, even the missteps, is leading you somewhere meaningful. Trusting that the universe is conspiring in your favor, even when it feels like everything is falling apart. Trusting that the fire inside you isn't just a random spark, it's a guide, a beacon, a reminder that you're here for more. But let me challenge you with this: what would happen if you stopped waiting for clarity and started acting with faith? Because purpose isn't something you find, it's something you find, it's something you create. It's in the way you show up every day, the way you treat people, the way you choose courage over comfort. So as we close this first part, I want you to sit with one final question. If you knew, with absolute certainty, that you were chosen for greatness, how would you live differently? The bridge between worlds, awakening to your divine calling. Now that we've laid the foundation, let's go deeper. If you truly are among the most powerful chosen ones, and I believe you are, then you are not simply living a life. You are walking a bridge between two worlds, the physical and the spiritual. You exist in a reality where most people see only the surface, but you've always felt the currents beneath. You've always sensed that there's a deeper truth, a greater purpose, an invisible thread tying you to something far beyond what the eyes can see. But here's the paradox: being chosen isn't about being above others. It's not a badge of superiority. It's a responsibility. And sometimes that responsibility feels heavy, doesn't it? You might feel like the weight of the world is on your shoulders, that you're expected to be strong, wise, compassionate, and resilient, even when you're struggling yourself. And yet, you keep going. Why? Because deep down, you know this truth: you were built for this. And that brings us to a critical sign of being a chosen one. You feel a profound connection to the unseen, to the divine, to the mysteries of the universe. Think about it. Have you ever felt like the universe was speaking directly to you? Maybe it was through a series of synchronicities, those coincidences that felt too perfect to be random. Maybe it was through a dream so vivid, so real, that it stayed with you for days. Or maybe it was through a quiet moment of stillness, when you felt an overwhelming sense of peace, as if the universe was cradling you in its arms. This connection is not accidental. It's a reminder that you are never alone. No matter how isolated you feel, no matter how many people misunderstand you, the divine is always with you. But here's the thing, this connection isn't just for comfort. It's for guidance. Let me ask you something. How often do you slow down and truly listen? We live in a world of noise, constant notifications, endless distractions, the relentless pressure to achieve more, do more, be more. But the voice of the divine isn't loud. It doesn't shout over the chaos. It whispers. And if you don't make space for silence, you might miss it. So here's a practical question. When was the last time you sat in complete stillness? Not scrolling through your phone, not planning your next move, but simply being fully present, fully open, fully receptive. Because here's the truth, the answers you're seeking are already within you. You just need to quiet the noise long enough to hear them. But let's take this even deeper. This connection to the divine isn't just about receiving guidance, it's about becoming a vessel for something greater. And that's where the next sign comes in. You have the power to inspire transformation in others, often without even trying. Take a moment to reflect on this. How often have people come to you for advice, even when you didn't feel particularly wise? How often have strangers opened up to you, sharing their deepest fears, hopes, and dreams, as if they instinctively knew you'd understand? How often have you said something in passing, only to have someone tell you later that your words changed their life? This isn't a coincidence. It's not random. It's a reflection of your energy, your spirit, your purpose. You carry a light within you, and whether you realize it or not, that light has the power to awaken something in others. But here's the challenge. How do you balance giving to others with protecting your own energy? Because let's be honest, being a chosen one can be exhausting. People are drawn to your light, but not everyone who comes to you has good intentions. Some are there to take, to drain, to test your boundaries. And if you're not careful, you can end up burning yourself out in the process of trying to help everyone else. So here's the wisdom I want to share with you. Being chosen doesn't mean saying yes to everything and everyone. It means discerning who and what aligns with your purpose. It means recognizing that your energy is sacred and not everyone deserves access to it. This is where boundaries come in, not as walls to keep people out, but as gates to protect what's sacred. And here's the practical advice. The next time someone asks for your time, your energy, your advice, ask yourself, is this person adding to my light or dimming it? Now let's move to one of the most profound signs of being among the chosen ones. You carry a deep sense of purpose, even if it's not fully clear to you yet. This sense of purpose is like a compass, constantly pulling you towards something greater. Even when you're lost, even when you doubt yourself, even when everything feels like it's falling apart, there's a part of you that knows I'm meant for more. But here's the thing about purpose, it's not a destination. It's not a title, a job, or a specific goal. Purpose is a way of being. It's in the way you show up in the world, the way you treat others, the way you choose love over fear, even when it's hard. And let me ask you this, what would you do if you weren't afraid? Because fear is the enemy of purpose. It whispers lies. You're not good enough. You're not ready. You'll never succeed. But the truth is, fear only has power if you let it. And being chosen means learning to walk through that fear, to trust that the divine wouldn't have placed this fire inside you if you weren't meant to use it. So here's the practical advice. The next time fear tries to hold you back, ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen if I fail? And then ask yourself, what's the best that could happen if I succeed? Because here's the truth, the world needs you. It needs your light, your wisdom, your fire. It needs you to step into your purpose, not just for your own sake, but for the sake of everyone you're meant to inspire, heal, and uplift. becoming the light, living fully as a chosen one. Now that we've explored the depth of your connection to the divine, your hidden power to inspire transformation, and the fire of purpose that drives you, it's time to focus on the ultimate truth. What does it truly mean to live as one of the most powerful chosen ones? What does it mean to not just carry this energy, but to embody it fully in every aspect of your life? Because here's the thing, being chosen isn't just about recognizing who you are, it's about becoming who you were meant to be. Let's start here. What holds you back from stepping into your power? For many of us, it's fear. Fear of failure. Fear of judgment. Fear of our own greatness. Yes, that's right, sometimes it's not the fear of falling short that paralyzes us, but the fear of what might happen if we actually rise. Because stepping into your power means taking responsibility. It means no longer hiding from the world. It means becoming the light, even when it feels easier to stay in the shadows. But here's the truth: the world is waiting for you. Everything you've been through, every victory, every heartbreak, every lesson has been preparing you for this moment. So let's talk about what it means to become the light. First, it means embracing your imperfections. You see, so many people think they need to be perfect to make an impact. They think they need to have all the answers, to never make mistakes, to always know exactly what they're doing. But the truth is, your imperfections are part of your power. They make you relatable, human, real. They show others that it's possible to be both flawed and extraordinary at the same time. So let me ask you this: what part of yourself have you been hiding, afraid that it might make you unworthy? Because here's the wisdom: your vulnerability is your strength. It's through your openness, your authenticity, that you connect with others on the deepest level. People don't need you to be perfect, they need you to be real. They need you to show them what it looks like to rise, not in spite of your struggles, but because of them. But being the light isn't just about authenticity. It's also about action. It's about taking the gifts you've been given, the fire, the intuition, the sense of purpose, and using them to create real change in the world. And this is where many chosen ones struggle. You might feel the pull to do something big, but you're not sure where to start. You might think, who am I to make a difference? What can I possibly offer that hasn't already been done? But let me remind you, no one else can do what you're here to do. Your voice, your perspective, your energy, these are completely unique. You might not see the full picture yet, but trust me, the ripple effect of even the smallest action can be profound. So here's the practical advice: stop waiting for the perfect time, the perfect plan, the perfect version of yourself. Just start. Maybe it's writing that book you've been dreaming about. Maybe it's creating art that speaks to the soul. Maybe it's simply being kinder to the people around you, spreading light in the smallest, most unexpected ways. Whatever it is, trust that it matters. Trust that it's enough. And as you step into this role as a light in the world, you'll begin to notice something extraordinary. The universe will rise to meet you. This is one of the most profound truths about living as a chosen one. When you align with your purpose, when you act with courage and faith, doors will open that you never even knew existed. Opportunities, connections, and resources will appear as if by magic. But let me be clear, this isn't luck, it's alignment. It's the universe responding to your energy, your intention, your willingness to step into your calling. But here's where it gets even deeper. Living as a chosen one isn't just about creating a life you love, it's about creating a legacy. Think about this for a moment. What will people remember about you when you're gone? Not in a morbid way, but in a way that forces you to think bigger. Will they remember the things you owned, the titles you held, the superficial achievements? Or will they remember the way you made them feel? The way you inspired them to believe in themselves? The way your light sparked something in them that changed the course of their life? Because here's the truth, chosen ones aren't here to live ordinary lives. We're here to leave a mark, a legacy, a ripple effect that extends far beyond our lifetime. But legacy isn't built in a day. It's built in the small, daily choices we make to show up, to be present, to live with intention. So let me ask you this: if you knew your actions today could change someone's life forever, how would you live differently? And here's the wisdom they can. You don't have to be famous. You don't have to be rich. You don't have to have all the answers. All you have to do is show up fully, authentically, and with an open heart. Because the truth is, your presence alone has the power to inspire transformation. Now, let's talk about the final piece of this puzzle. The ultimate sign that you are among the most powerful chosen ones: you are not afraid to walk alone. This doesn't mean you reject others or isolate yourself. It means you've learned to trust your own path, even when it looks different from everyone else's. It means you've accepted that being chosen often means standing apart, not because you're better than others, but because your calling requires you to take a road less traveled. But here's the beauty of this: when you stop trying to fit into the world begins to reshape itself around you. When you embrace who you are fully, you give others permission to do the same. And suddenly, you're no longer walking alone, you're leading. So, as we bring this journey to a close, I want to leave you with one final question, a question that only you can answer: what will you do with the gift of being chosen? Because make no mistake, it is a gift. It's not always easy. It's not always clear, but it is always worth it. You are here for a reason. You are here to light the way, to awaken others, to create something extraordinary. So, what's stopping you? The world is waiting for you to rise. Will you answer the call?